Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your show. According to Colin, it has to have more energy. So, yeah, let's bring more energy to the show. And that's why we have brought John Blaq.
John. Yeah, boy.
Welcome to the show. Now, tonight we're talking about transactional relationships. Are you in a situation where your better half is your mechanica? You'll tell us. Okay.
Wow. So you can crack jokes.
Yes. So there are a lot of people who are in relationships to get something out of them. And that's all it's about. It's not about feelings. It's not about anything more than that. Is that a fact or is it just something they believe? Now, first of all, John, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. You know, you are a new breed of Ugandan musicians.
Yeah.
Who's doing things that are strange, and I say, good up to you. And especially tonight we're going to be talking about being your mechanica. Now, but let's talk to this Kenyan man over here. Colin.
No, I think we should stay with John Blaq.
Yes. Well,
He's new to the show.
Yes, we're coming to him.
And because he's famous.
You know, we have to do you
He's more
first
likely
because,
actually
dude,
to be engaged in transactional
your plane might
sex than I
leave
am.
you.
We didn't say
might leave you.
Boss, you're also famous.
For all the wrong reasons, and you're famous for all the wrong reasons.
I don't
You
know.
are famous in bed. They sing your name all day, all night.
In which bed?
You think?
Colin, transactional relationships, not transactional sex. Is there anything wrong with being in a relationship just to get one thing out of it? Maybe it's money or it's accommodation or anything like that.
No, I think that, to be honest, I think that if you're clear upfront on what you're getting, I mean, so, at the risk of sounding controversial, we're all in it to get something. Sometimes we're getting something intangible, comfort, care, emotion, feelings. Sometimes we're getting tangible things, you know. We're getting rent, we're getting security. We want to get children, we want to get a life partner.
Yeah.
We want to avoid loneliness. So I think that at every level we're and I remember that when we used earlier on in the show, we used to say that you know your relationship is progressing when your partner stops giving you perishables like flowers and chocolates, and they move into real things like diamond rings and houses and TVs that stay in your, because that's what it is, no?
My God.
Yeah, I mean, just think about
You know what you told people? That means if people have been dating for more than 2 years and after 2 years are only giving you flowers.
Faisal, let me ask you, you have a girl.
No, I don't anymore.
No,
By the
you
way.
don't anymore.
I don't anymore.
That's a
The la-
decision that you make.
R.I.P.
But you take her out regularly, you treat her well, you buy her gifts, yes? And what does she bring to your relationship? A waist trainer and 25 Instagram likes? Is that a fair trade? No cuddles? You're out, like it's just it's a life of suffering. I think that some people get into this situation and they can't get out of it because you get trapped in this vicious cycle of you're getting less than you're putting in.
Okay, but I'll tell you what. Now, John, I need you to come in here.
Yeah.
Especially with your line of work. You're the kind of person who you'll meet somebody, okay, and it's because of your name she'll want to be with you. Now, is that fair trade? Colin calls it fair trade because you are getting what you want and she's getting what she wants, and then you say there's no problem with that.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't turn love into business, you know. Love was created by God. We're supposed to be loved and we're supposed to love. So, but some guys just forget that girls love them. They just focus on, you know, money, house, rights. Like me, an artist, because I'm known, when a girl tells me that she loves me, she feels me, I'll be like, first send me your pics. Let me see how you look. Do you have a right? Where do you stay? And she's also a person, you know. So you just have to balance it. If you feel like you want her, be open. Tell her, baby, I feel like I want you. I feel like I want to be your man. I don't need anything. I just love. I just want your love. You know. I just want your heart. You know. Me, I'm that kind of person. I don't care about money. I don't care about I care about love. Because having money when you're treating me like a wild animal, it doesn't make sense.
But what about her? I mean, doesn't she just want you for one thing? She takes pictures with you and then she posts them. She becomes also famous. So it works
Actually,
for her.
I hate that. If I see when you're trying to play around me like that, Snapchatting all the time, eating you. When I'm eating with you, Snapchatting. When I'm eating with you, Snapchatting. When I'm walking with you, you're always Snapchatting. I just be like, no. This is just a social media friend. She's not a real friend, you know. I want a private, you know. I would like to have a private lover, you know. Someone who understands me, someone who respects me, my privacy, you know. Because I'm also a person, sometimes I go off-road.
It is fair enough. And you've talked about social media. Now, we have our social media experts. Yeah. All those things.
The left-handed man.
Yeah. Especially cutting out what he has just said. Now, a lot of people, especially young women and young men, are into transactional relationships, and a lot of them stem from social media. John has mentioned it, that you're busy Snapchatting. I want to show off if it makes me look good, so I'm living in this apartment because it was bought for me by Colin. Colin is paying my rent. Okay, cool, I'll do that. So she's going to be in a relationship with Colin for social media to show off, but in the meantime Colin is getting the sex and the cuddles, as you mentioned. I mean, this is becoming the order of the day, especially for you young guys. Is that okay?
I mean, it depends on who you're asking, because a rich guy will probably tell you, I mean, why not? I bought you a phone, so use it. Yeah. People think differently. Men think differently. We all can't have the same mentality. So I don't want people to quote me and then be like, oh, all men are supposed to be like that. No, but me as Faizo, I would not. I feel like a transactional relationship it's so much work, yeah, because why would I then be in a relationship anyway? I mean, I can still have sex without being in a relationship, and that's the one reason I'd be in a transactional relationship, yeah, just to get the goods. So if I can already get it without being in a relationship anyway, why the hell would I even be in one in the first place?
But I'll tell you what, Faisal, men are very territorial. As a man, even if it's a transactional relationship, those goods are yours.
Yeah.
You don't want to share them. Okay. So you want to know at the back of your mind that it's only you who's benefiting from that.
Yeah, of course men are territorial, but then, like I said, all of us are different. Because there's a woman I'm going to be territorial about, and there's a woman who I will literally not give, I will never care. Like who she's talking to or who she's not talking to, I don't care, that's her life. And then there's this woman who you really feel like, wow, I might actually go very far with this girl. You know, I feel like if I took her to my mom, she'd like her. If I did this, she'd like it. You see a future with her. I'm going to be territorial. Whether it's a transactional relationship or not, I will be territorial because I see future in the project. But if it's just someone, it's a one night stand, I am not going to stress myself, not at all.
Do you believe this man? Can you just be in a transactional relationship which is just basically about what you're getting? Colin has mentioned it, that at the end of the day, every relationship, you have to get something out of it. So by default, technically every relationship is a transactional.
But what you're really talking about is if people are getting material things.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at it this way. We're always here on the show and we say, oh, tell us about the love languages. Gifts, that's the love language. Time, whatever, actual service. What? So if I take you abroad, I've given you either I've spent quality time, but that's a gift that you've given, not a gift really, but you've offered something. So realistically, if you're considering those to be love languages, then whoever says they're in love, one or the other is in a sort of a transaction. You are talking about gentlemen in the millennials. Let's talk about you guys. You think the wives you have today married you because, oh my God, this guy just boils my blood. Oh, but he is the love of my life. We all know that in the past, the women will say, I'm safe with this guy. He's offering safety. he's offering money, he's
bringing
bringing cows, he's bringing what, he's bringing, like, you're bringing, everything's about, he is offering this. So she calculates and says, oh, this guy who actually I could be in love with, all he has is some metallic mattress going to campus with their couple. So listen, that is how they are seeing things.
Talk about Sui.
I'm not talking about Sui. Who is Sui? So that's how they look at things. That no matter how you look at this, no matter how you try to play up these cards, one way or the other, especially for the ladies, they're looking. There is a catch.
So, but just think about it. So I don't mean this in any disrespectful way, but many years ago, a certain lady called Monica got on her knees in front of a president and became famous for this. Yes? So just think about it. You're a small girl out there, you're trying to make a living, you're a backup dancer. John Blaq is out there texting you. You're about to try and get famous on that, on that stage. And I think that we have to see, I mean, and I want to be humble about this. But I mean, he'll tell you because of who he is and his status, people try to get to him because they want some of that limelight to rub off on them.
Yeah. So they can. So it's kind of like a stepping stone.
I know people who want to talk to Faisal because they know that one day Faisal is going to retweet something that they put on their timeline, and boom, they will get 1,000 followers. Yeah. Why? Because Faisal is famous. Because Faisal is funny. He's hilarious online. He's a social media guru. There are people who are like that. There are people who try to get like you because they think one day the bright ideas will rub off on them. But lo and behold, they're always disappointed. But that's fine.
To add on to this, if you look at recently, my picture was posted on certain page. You go through the comments, regardless of what the comments you find, but you will find this: Oyotaina waka, tower pocket money, tower transport, tower. Now, and these are ladies. So, are you trying to tell me? No. First, no, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Let the man finish.
No. You must apply common sense.
No, but this is a page. This is social media. I'm saying these are ladies.
And these are ladies.
Yes.
As opposed to what?
Let the man finish.
Let the man finish. So these are ladies. Yes, we have to tolerate it. Why? Because man, this world is an open world. We have open minds. So. And these are ladies who are commenting, and because we're trying to give the difference between in a relationship, a man and a woman, they're giving such comments. And what are they trying to tell you? That if you have nothing to offer, then don't talk to him. I do not talk to this guy, regardless of how he would look, how he would posture himself. They would say, this guy is on NTV MEN. Boba manyu kuogera no kuambala.
Now we are here at the Hilton Garden Inn. Talking about transactional relationships.
About me?
I will not say who it was about, but we need you to come back to us as soon as we get back after the break. Don't forget, this is your show. We want to hear from you. Let's get this conversation going on our social media pages. Our Twitter handle is NTV MEN UG. We'll be right back for more coffee and hot chocolate right after the break. Welcome back from the break. We are here at the Hilton Garden Inn, enjoying a hot cup of tea, coffee, and hot chocolate, and talking about transactional relationships. But my question out there to you is, are you in a transactional relationship? If you don't know what a transactional relationship is, it is a relationship where you are getting physical benefit from. John, now, on your side, I'm not running away from you because I know you're going to go. Good to come back.
You do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere.
Now, John.
Yes.
You sing a lot about love and all that.
Yeah.
Is that a reality? Because Albert has said, I mean, the woman wants something. You have to be able to give her something, okay? And she wants to receive something, So is that what you call it? Is it possible to just be in a relationship just for, you're having a good time and all that?
Not on my side. Yeah. You know me, right now I'm not in a relationship. But you know me, when I love, you should have said that. When I love, I think I love for real. I don't mind about the girl. I mind about myself, what I'm giving. Because you have to be responsible as a man. You have to deliver. You are the man. You are the head. She comes in next, second. She comes in as the second option. I can't feed on my girlfriend. I can't depend on my girlfriend. You have to work. Because when she goes out there, she'll be like, I'm the one feeding that nigga. I'm the one I'm the one taking care of him. But when you have something on your side, you'll be like, even if you go, you go.
But is it okay then for her to always want things from you, like money and pay her rent and all that?
It doesn't make sense. If you want me to pay for your rent, maybe you come and stay with me. As I told you, I'm not a player. That's why right now I'm searching, I'm looking for the right person. Because I hate that stress. I hate that stress. So if you want my rent, come to my house. Forget about the rent.
Too much logic.
I really.
She'll be like, today rent, tomorrow I'm sick. I'm pregnant and I don't feel like giving birth right now.
My auntie is dead.
Yeah, I think we should abort. Now my auntie, if you don't take care of me, I'll take you to media. That's why I prefer being with my girlfriend. Closer. It makes sense.
But I mean, Peter, just think about it, because even at the introduction, they literally ask you for a list of things. Yeah. I mean, if that's not a transaction, I don't know what it is. I mean, apart from Chris's situation, where, of course, Chris is special. They didn't ask for anything.
If Chris were here, he would.
Let us say Albert is getting married, because I mean, he's almost there. He's now in WhatsApp groups, Facebook, people are posting about him.
Narrow,
he's close. Yeah. So let's say he's getting married. You think the girl is going to get married to, the father is going to look at a man in a suit like that and be like, no, just come, don't bring anything. Impossible. They sit, they're like, our girl is worth this and this and this and so much cows and so much this and so much this, which is a transaction. Which is why back then, when a woman could know us, the guy comes back and is like, give me my things. Give me back my things. This transaction is now invalid. Yes. And no one ever said, oh, those introductions were bad, because it's still happening up to now.
But isn't that a dangerous place to be in? Because you see, when a relationship is about transactions, okay, it means it is open to the highest bidder. Now, you've got guys like Colin who romp in from Nairobi, and you have your Uganda shillings, okay, and he's got his Kenya shillings.
Yes.
Then is it fine for your woman to just go with Colin?
But then is it also fine for you to just be there and you can't provide? Because what? You don't want to make the relationship feel like it's a transaction. As a man, you're supposed to provide, whether it's a feministic culture or it's not. In any culture you are, if you are a man, you have to provide. And this is why, let me just finish. And this is why, when you tell your boys, when I tell you guys, I have a new chick, you'll be like, hey, how does she look like? You know? But if a girl goes to her fellow girls and they're like, girls, I have a new guy, they'll be like, where does he work? What does he do?
What does he have?
What does he have? You get? Because they want to know, is our friend, is she going to just go there and suffer, or is she actually going to go
I think it's for their
wash the
benefits.
utensils
They
while
want to know
getting
if they're going to
benefits?
benefit from
Yeah,
it.
because some of
Exactly.
these girls, you go out to eat, then they bring 6 of their friends. So really, you're just feeding the community. And it's happened. It happened to all these guys. You go out there. You if you cross the road from here and you just go to this nice restaurant across the road, and you. I mean, Faisal, it's happened, right? Where you take a girl out and then she comes with 3 of her friends.
But why do you allow
And what was a 70, 80K bill turns out into 200,000.
And you start sweating.
No, you don't start sweating. But
the restaurant manager, I need a job, I'm going to influence you.
So I'm sampling the food.
But sort of speak into it. I think that so there is the cultural aspect which Faisal has brought to it, which is for a long time, and this is also part of the agrarian economy, because people were talking about resources, and if you took away a child, you are taking away someone who's going to till the land, so you give back dowry as a way of compensating the family.
Yeah.
But I feel remiss that we don't have like a strong feminist here, sort of whip this conversation up and antagonize it a bit, because I think what that argument then currently, where it sits now, is in that area of women should have the right to choose the terms on which they engage. So if I want to be with Faisal for money, that's fine. If I want to, get down with John Blaq and, you know, smear off some of his fame and fortune, you know, that's okay. If I want to be with people because they make me famous, that's all right. And I think that we have to recognize that that's where we are now. Because the reality also is that we're in a society where young, handsome men like this, you know, are making money off their looks.
So somebody has to
Someone has to consume that money.
Someone has to consume this product. It's well packaged, has a six-pack, it's educated.
But you know, let me tell you one thing.
They're just a product for hire. And when and there are young men who are doing that. So it's not just, when you say transactional sex, it's not just guys always using girls.
It's also the other way around.
It's other way around. So I think that the dynamic we need to be exploring is, why do people who have power, access, and money, yes, why do they use people? So why is it so easy for them to go down and use people who are less fortunate or who have less power, who have less access than them? Because that's where the root of it is. It says, I can use this guy. This guy is my driver, or he's my border rider. I mean, this is a guy who I can influence. So she's saying, I can use this guy and there's nothing you can do. It's the same thing as, you know, this guy saying, I want to take advantage of some of my funds. Or this guy saying, you know what, one of my followers.
But you see, now when you say, but there I see us having a bit of a seesaw, and I'll tell you why. When you talk about taking advantage, all right. In this case, and I'm sure, John, that happens to you. There are women after a concert who are there. They want to be taken. Yes, they want to be taken. So how can you call that taking advantage of?
Peter, this is what we should try to how package it. Now you see, I once went out sometime with my boys. Were seated there. And these two ladies come. It's unfortunate that that's the only example I can give. Two ladies come and they say, can we join you guys? So, okay, they join us. We're like, okay, please, okay. The first thing they asked was, what you guys drinking? So we told them, we're drinking what we ordered. Oh, can we have on what we're drinking? We're like, no, thank you. Because you see, what I'm trying to say here is, if you are able to sniff that kind of mood or environment coming towards you, you should be able to know what you're getting yourself into. Why? Because the failure, so many people come out of relationships that were transactional and try to say, oh, she broke my heart. She used me. Yeah. Then you start leaking nudes, you start doing what? You start doing this. Yet, you knew that you were offering something in return. You knew that she was coming and you are going to get something in the end. That was what, so at the get-go, it was a transactional relationship. And you, of course, you hope, you know this foolish way of thinking in Africa, you keep hoping, man, we shall fall in love someday. But this person, the first thing, they didn't want to get to know who you are, they wanted to get to know what you're drinking. That is a clear sign, and so on, and there are so many other signs. So there's a gentleman called Matthew Haas or something. He wrote a book, Get the Guy. What is he trying to say? If you're trying to get the guy, don't go, of course he was trying to be too lousy and funny. Don't go directly to try to get the guy. Go trying to give value. If you go trying to give value, you get value back. Or you try to, but if you look at it on a wide spectrum, if you go to give, you may be spreading a lot more than you think.
No, but I think it's in terms of value.
Yes, fine. So if you're trying to give value, you will get value back. If you're trying to look for love, if you're trying to look for stable relationships, you're supposed to look for value. People these days, and it's so common, trust me, I want to be secure. I want, this guy has a Mercedes Benz, I want to always have AC. I want this, I want the pocket money, I'm at campus, you receive a message, someone tells you, I want you to give me this amount of money, and you're like, okay, I can give it to you, but in the mind, why is it for me? So the moment you have such conversations going on in your mind, actively or passively, no matter how you're doing it, you are creating an environment of transactional relationships. However, men, I'm advising men out there, try your best to look for value. If you look for value and looking for value is avoiding or staying away from something that doesn't bring value.
So wait. So when they said about this guy that talked about transport, they were actually right.
I mean, yes.
So if you don't please,
But I'll tell you what, Colin, and I need your help here. What he has said makes a lot of sense. But
I know.
because you see, the thing is, just wait, and I want to hear from Colin, because you see, at the end of the day, just as he said, so here I am, I get a WhatsApp chat from this girl. She says, oh, you know, you talked about I'm sick, I need to go to the hospital. You know what she wants, okay? And then you say, okay, no problem, I can send her mobile money, but no, I tell her, you come and pick the money, okay? In the meantime, meet me at some place somewhere, okay? I know what I want, and she also knows by the time she's coming to get the money, it's an exchange.
So Peter, and my response is going to be a bit long, but I'm going to try and speed it up. And I've said this for many years. You will probably recognize this answer, that the man's four most important resources are his time, his emotion, his effort, and his money. Those are the four most, in that order. So sometimes, and I don't know how we don't see this. I think that we get so hung up on money. But what people don't understand is giving away your money frees your time, your emotion. So the people you truly care about, you give your time. That means I care about you. I will work through your problem. The next level after that is I will worry about your problem. So I give it effort. I think about it. The next level after that is the emotion. So I worry. I'm so is so and so okay. Is Faisal fine? There are people who are like that. At the bottom of that ladder is people you give your money, because the whole point of having money is money is supposed to free your time. It's supposed to free your emotion. So let me ask you. In reality, you come to me, you borrow 100,000. Yes. You tell me I'll pay you. I'm in emergency. What? I give it to you. But what I'm really doing is I'm not giving you 100,000 because I know you won't pay it back. I'm really stopping you from ever getting 10 million from me. And that's what people don't get. They don't get is when you take 20K from me and you don't pay it back, or you come to my place and you call me or whatever, you take that 50K, what you're really saying is that you're making sure that I will never give you 50 million. But how do I know? Because I know one day I'm going to have 50 million to give away, and you're sure as hell not going to be the person to take it. So what then happens? So this is, and if you think about it, that's what the value is. It's about the long con. It's about, the value is about the time. Be the person who's worthy of someone's time. Because if someone will give you their time and they worry about if you've eaten and they worry if you've slept, they will give you the money automatically. But we don't want to be worthy of the person's time or emotion. We want their money. And we're always taking from that bottom ladder. And that is true at the top of society. So your celebrities, your politicians, all the way to
people like Albert. Okay, great stuff. Now we are here at the Hilton Garden Inn, and we are talking about transactional relationships. Let's get this conversation going on our social media platforms. That's on Facebook and also on Twitter, which is NTV MEN UG. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back from the break. In case you've just joined us, we're in the last session talking about transactional relationships. Is it easier said than done, or are there things that it's all about morals? So now, Colin has talked about the foresight. Can we then say that a lot of, and I dare say, young women out there have lack of foresight? Because they just think about, they want 100K here, 200K there, and that is it. Then they're happy. A phone.
I mean, if you put it that way, you'd say something like that. But then you also have to put it in perspective of some men, like how he said, money frees up your time and emotion and all that. Some men go for transactional relationships because it's easy. It's easy. It's literally, they don't have to care. I don't have to put my emotion, my time, my anything. All I do, I leave home, I leave my wife there, I come, I do my shit, then I give you pocket money, I go away. Yeah? So to some men, it's easier having a transactional relationship than something you have to invest your time, you have to invest your emotion.
And you also know
then
what
you have
she
to
wants.
Get disappointed. And also, we have to also agree that relationships these days are very disappointing. Yeah, they're so disappointing in that I have people I know who are just good with a transactional relationship. So it's literally like a friends for benefits thing. I take the girl out for dinner and she services you, that is it. I'm not going to care about what happens next or whatever. All I have to care about is, are you pregnant?
But isn't that reducing the young lady to just, you know?
Well, you see, what you have to understand is it's a relationship. We both agreed to it because she's also is aware that, oh, this is actually a transactional relationship. You're married. You're not going to leave your wife.
First wait, but you know that it is poor men who have these problems. Rich men have the money to free their time. It's the poor men who don't have the money that they must they must fall in love, they must move, they must use time. When you don't have money, so the thing is about, you have to bring something to the table. When you don't have money, you must use emotion. So you're out there texting her every morning. When you don't have money, you must use effort. So you're driving, you're taking her to lunch, what? Because you can't afford to take her to Dubai. So in the end, you've still spent 10 million, but you spent 10 million over 12 months. The guy just says, the guy like Peter comes and says, to get to Dubai, tickets, what? Smashes is out. He discovers the pooms is weak. He doesn't want anything to do with it. And
a guy like Peter, not.
And I also want to talk. I want to talk to the men out there who start these transactional relationships without knowing. Yeah, and
come on, you know.
No, you don't. If you find there are moments you find a very beautiful girl, and you're like, my God, all my money, take it, please, take it. Yeah.
No.
Well, I've been in this situation.
Okay.
I don't know where you chill from, where there are no beautiful women, where you're winning. But me, I've been in places where you walk in and you're like,
no longer the host.
you see someone,
he has been assassinated.
you see someone and you're like, you know what? Take everything I have for now. So now this is what happens. Let me just finish my story. This is what happens. You start something you cannot complete. And someone told me something yesterday. Someone was like, about cheating and having sex. They're like, poor people cheat because there's an opportunity. But rich people cheat because they have a sense of entitlement. They know I have money, why can't I just do it? Yeah? So I have money, why can't I just have a transactional relationship anyway? It's not going to stress me, I'm going to get what I want. But now, here comes a guy, you know, he's still struggling. You've found a girl, you've started her on a status that you're never going to maintain. You also know you can't take her out every weekend, but I mean, for that 1 month, you're taking her out every weekend, Friday, Saturday, next week, you've gone to the beach, you've gone where, what happens? A month later, you realize that, oh my God, if I don't take her to the beach, she's not going to give me anything. Then it dawns on you that, oh my
you are
God.
the one who started that
Exactly,
that
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
This is why I said I want to talk to the men out there who literally pretend not to know they're in a transactional relationship, yet they are. They are just in denial.
From the girl is in return for something
exactly.
you gave her.
And these men are there because I have never been in that situation. I had
But then,
no
now,
clue.
John, help me out here. Then if you're in such a situation, isn't it your fault? Because you're the one who showed it to her.
It's your fault because you're the one who saw her. You promised her each and everything. You'll be like, if you give me this and that, I'll give you this and that. The way you go matters, my brother.
Okay, Peter, look at this. Let's look at this way. There's this guy, he has his money, is out of 10 is a 6, meets a girl, is a 9, she doesn't have a lot of money. So you think the girl who has seen this guy who is a 6 has admired this guy for his looks, for his attitude, for his character. He's so kind. Firstly, they're just, this is on sight, what you'd call love at first sight, but last at first sight. She's seeing the guy at 6, and she's in a relationship with the guy now. So you think both those two guys are not at fault. You're trying to say that, let me now take anything to do with the transactional relationship. They are both at wrong or they are both right, no matter how you look at it.
But you see, women are different from men. Okay, men are very visual. As Faisal said, he sees this beautiful woman, he digs into his pockets, gives her all his money. Okay,
and women?
But you see, women look beyond that. Women look for. You remember we were talking about them thinking about if this man can provide provision. is a very big thing for women.
But is it a stamp on a man's head? Is provision?
They can tell.
But like this, there's provision on
And
that.
especially if you're looking at provision based on
They can tell.
based on short term. So if you see, if you're trying to say that the man is visual and he looks at a woman and he sees that in a woman and say, look at those thighs, and she's looking back and says, this is provision. What the hell do you think that is exactly, Peter? Are you trying to tell me that this woman is seeing love? Are you trying to say she's seeing an angel, a sinless person? She is seeing a security, a transaction. If I give this guy these beautiful thighs that he is adoring and salivating on, he is probably going to give me the security I need. I will never have to sleep on a Rolex like I do. So really, what do you expect?
Don't laugh at people who sleep on.
No, I say that like I do.
When we started out, on
On the road, and we were fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
You see,
So now, this is the point.
we are here now.
If you're trying to tell me that both of you, the man and the woman, saw each other on a long term, that this guy right now is eating Rolexes, but if we build each other,
it's going
we
somewhere.
are going to be eating from that restaurant you talked about. And the man says, this girl she's brilliant, she's good, she's kind, and if she came with me, and if she accepted me the way I am, we can build each other and reach there. There it's very slight, you can't really tell or detect the transaction. But if you're telling me she saw security, the first time she saw you was like,
I'll tell you what, before we pick on bold men, if we may go back to where, especially traditionally, a lot of women were picked for, there was a lot of matchmaking. Your parents see there's this woman there, and it's still there. Yes, even, some place it does. But then, don't you think that was then the basic thing? Because your parents were matching you with somebody who would take care of you, who they were sure is not going to leave you. And one of the things that was a big factor was financial status.
Yes, but were they pairing based on love?
No, that's
So
what I'm saying.
love would come in. It was transactional. Finished.
We've reached a point where we need to wrap up the show. Your parting shots.
Wait, what? No.
Yes, it happened.
You have to go back to Kenya, man.
Yes.
You have to go back.
Transaction. We'll get back to him. Your parting shot, Faisal.
So with regard to transactional relationships, I mean there are so many types of relationships in this era. Let's not pretend like everyone has fallen in love because they actually love you. Some people fall in love with you because you have a beard like him. Another person will fall in love with you because you're on TV, you know. So I don't know whether you also regard all those as transactions. So it's as easy as it's the same thing as someone falling in love with you because you have money. They're just different things people fall in love with you for these days. It's not just always about love. So transactional relationships are of course going to be there. My only advice is, well, number one, be safe. Yeah, because I mean, there's no commitment in a transactional relationship. Yeah, the other person can go do whatever they want. After that, you can go do whatever you want. So it's dangerous. You can get sick. Number two, for poor people, it's also dangerous. You can die.
You give up all your money.
You're going to die of pressure. You're going to get your tuition. Give this girl, it gets done, and then she goes away. And then you kill yourself. Those are people you hear jumping off buildings. Yeah. And then lastly, as Faisal, I'm a poor person, so I wouldn't advise my peers, because I know they're also like me. I wouldn't advise them to go into transactional relationships. Just be patient. Omubwati will come one day, yeah. But do not dig your own grave just because you want to get this very pretty woman you've just met.
All right, great stuff. John, your parting shots.
Yeah, my advice to all young men out there, you know, I'm also a nigger. So my advice to all my fellow niggers out there, I think you shouldn't follow transaction relationship. It doesn't work. You can't be the boss. You can't rule. First of all, by nature, you can't be the boss. You know, you can't be the head. You can't decide. You should be like, I'm the one doing this. You're doing this. What are you telling me? If you don't like me, you can leave me. I can get another one. But if you're the boss, when you're ruling each and everything, you'll be like, today I've decided you're not going out. You know, because you are the boss, you are the everything. But if you carrying a transaction relationship, be like, I'm helping you on this, I'm helping you on that, now you're telling me that I shouldn't do this. That, I think it's not right.
Okay.
Take your time. Everything has got its right time. When it's the right time, you get the right person, you can roll, you know, not in a bad way. Omusajja aba alina okufuga omukyala mu ngeri yonna ey'empola, engeri respected. But I think this kiba kisusse. Yeah. You know, now, sometimes you can even get scared of, you know, telling her the truth.
Yes.
Because you don't want to lose something.
And that's where trouble comes.
Let me just chill. You know.
Colin, your parting shot.
Peter.
I get worried when you say that, but fine. Yeah.
No, I mean, I want to close on two things. I agree with what Faisal is saying, that poor people shouldn't be involved in this thing. But also, even for rich people, eventually it stops becoming about time. It becomes about emotion, it becomes about effort. You can't focus on the things you want because this person realizes that money doesn't hurt Peter. Me taking money from Peter will not buy his emotion. So I need to do something. So the drama starts escalating. That's when you get the phone call about, oh my God, I don't want to have a baby, I want to do the abortion. You send the money like, no, you must come with me because I want emotional support. Yay. The katemba just keeps escalating. So I think that one, that shouldn't be true. But I go back to that idea of structure the people in your life in those bands. Who's worthy of your time? Who's worthy of your emotion?
Yeah.
Who's worthy of your effort? And who's worthy of your money? And by the way, it's okay for people to be below that. People who don't get your money, they don't get your time, they don't get your effort.
And it's fine.
It's okay. It's okay for there to be people who you meet, you say hi, you talk, and you never see them again. You don't take their number. You want nothing from them because you can smell that they're trouble, which is what we were saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great stuff. I'll be. Yep. Your parting shot.
All I'll say is, men out there and ladies out there, you're looking for a good relationship, give value. But if you're not looking to give value, and the other person is also not looking to give value, transactional relationships are the way to go for you, because that's the only way you'll be in any relationship anyway. So give value if you want value. If you're looking for a stable relationship, you must be able to be stable yourself. And for the gentlemen out there who are like me, sigala mulenio, stay in your class. If you're looking to go out of your class, trust me,
You're on your own.
And to the woman who said you don't have transport, you don't give transport?
Oh, he's good to that relationship. Now we're here at the Hilton Garden Inn and we've been talking about transactional relationships. Now as we wind up and say goodnight, I'm going to ask John to give us some that.
Mr. When love from never sabotage it. We're too tight like a Dubai concert. Omukwano gwaffe gwa base layisi. Tegulifa mangu semata mabisi. Mukwano golina mufirika. Yeah boy. Kuno tegutela kulabika. Yeah. Nze nakimala nawanika. Lava. Byonna nabitala nayalika. Enogwa. Now your love and I confide. Kuba kubuza you consult. Techabigamba become your life. Only feed us a parasite. Mama bulamu. Monsimuno yomo. Akabiriti. The wadi chibulamu. When chigambo yomo. You know.
Great stuff. Big up for John Blaq. That's been us from here at NTV MEN. Have a good night. God bless. And we will see you next Wednesday.